All right, so welcome, guys. This is Frosty, and today we're going to be reacting to women should get paid the same, shouldn't get paid the same as men in sports. So let's get into it.
The only career that I understand it in is when it comes to like sports and stuff like that. Other than that, I definitely feel like
You don't even want to get on that subject.
No, I understand that one. I understand that one.
Yeah.
That one I understand. I feel like every other career, if they're doing the same job, I feel like they should get the same pay. When it comes to sports, the reason I understand it is because obviously people pay to see men. Obviously,
Nobody wants to watch women's
yes,
sports.
Okay,
bro.
we figured out.
Yeah,
That's
let me say.
us women,
Let me say it
us
clearly.
women, we need to
Nah,
support
let me
each
say-
other.
Let me say. That's the thing.
We need
You
to
don't
support. Yeah, let me talk to them quickly. Let me talk to them quickly. Okay. Damn it. Us women, we need to support.
All right, also subscribe, good content. You know, we've got our dark skin girl wepping on. So yeah, let's, I don't even know what that means, wepping on. What the fuck was that? Okay, let's just go. Let's just go.
For each other because
Subscribe.
football games for women, sports games for women, media for women, they're not selling out. They're not selling the tickets. So I guess they're saying that it's almost impossible to pay women the same because they're not getting the same income towards these women's sports, unfortunately. So unfortunately, if we want, you feminists, all of us out here, if you want women to be getting the same income as men in these fields, we need to start supporting women.
I don't agree.
In these fields.
All right, so it's simple as that. She's completely right. I didn't expect her. Yeah, the way she was ranting, it sounded like she was going another way. But if you actually listen, you can actually hear what she's saying. She's right. It makes sense. Play the game, get people to watch the game. You make money, right? If you make a car and no one buys it, don't complain that you're not making enough money. Same thing. And she's basically telling the women to start, going to these matches. Makes sense. There's nothing that we can add here that is basically dismissing what she's saying. She's right. She's simply right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to listen to the one who said that she does not agree. Let's have it. I'm getting used to the 2-screen thing, so that's why I keep looking away. My bad for everyone else who might be confused.
I don't
You don't
agree.
agree to what?
I'm so sorry. I don't agree. It's making
Which
me.
part?
It's
Which
making me
part
feel
do you-
hot.
which part do
Because
you
why?
agree to?
Why
I'm
it should it be? Oh, us women should support us women for women to go further. Why can't you men support us women?
No, I agree that
Can I
too.
answer?
But
Why everyone
that too.
support?
But
Can I
us first,
answer?
we need to
Go on.
support each other first. That's what I'm saying. I'm not.
Well, there was a time when I had a discussion with someone, and the concept was similar to this, where we were talking, when I was talking about how if you go on Twitter right now, and when they show you popular images and popular gaming images, at the top, I kid you not, it's always these e-girls that have their like cleavage out and all that stuff. I always hated that. I was like, that's not gaming. That isn't gaming, right? But then, these girls take advantage of that. And then I usually made the point that these girls saw a market and they fell into it and they did what they did to get to earn their money. And as much as I don't like it, I still understand the incentive and I also understand why they are making the money or getting the views. That's perfectly fine. But it'll be the same thing if men started to complain if they did the same. If we go to those what women do, like makeup, websites, whatnot, whatever they do, whatever they like to do, and then I start doing certain things there. And if I go into if I try to do something that's female dominated, and the guys are not coming to watch me and the women also are not coming to watch me, I have no reason to complain. And I should not force the women to support it because it's a male thing, it's a female thing. I can't do that. That's dumb. So why does she think it's okay to say, well, because you are men and you should come and support us, you have to support us? We don't have to. I hardly watch any NBA matches, right? I watch, the only sport that I still watch right now is cricket, and I don't have enough time a lot to really watch it. Today I just got an off day. That's why I'm here. So some of those things where I don't even have enough time to do that. But even if I did have time, I would obviously prioritize things that I care about. And I like watching the men, just like the women like watching the Kardashians. You don't see anyone complaining about that. But then that's the thing. They just want you to do certain things so that they benefit. That's basically it. But then that's not how the world works. Supply, demand. If it's not in demand, well, why are you supplying it in the first place? That becomes a question for me. I'm not saying the WNBA should not be supplied to people. Yeah, it's fine. You can have it. There are women out there want to play, but don't complain when people don't go there, and don't force men to go there, because that doesn't make sense. I'm not going to force someone to do something that they don't want to do.
not saying. So what? If men don't support us, we can't support each other.
No,
we have to
everyone
support
should
each other.
support
No,
us.
yeah, but that's what.
definitely.
But before we start begging for the men to support us,
Should.
can't we?
What makes you
Do you know
should?
what I'm saying? But before we start asking them to support us, can't we support each other?
Exactly, yeah,
First of all,
Can I-
because
can I-
if we're not supporting each other, where are these men? They're not anywhere. We can't.
You've had that was another rant. Yeah.
That wasn't a rant.
That was
That
definitely
wasn't
a rant.
It was passion.
That was a capital
It was
letter
passion.
rant, boy.
It was passion.
That sounded like some personals
It was
there.
passion.
Yeah, when I was doing football, no one cared, bruv. Only my mum and dad was there. Listen, bruv. At the end of the day, now let me just keep it real. And you lot hit the like button, yeah? Because I'm gonna keep it real, bruv. No one cares about these women's sports. That's what it is, bruv. That's what it is. Yeah? They're just not that entertaining like that. They're just not. Okay, first of all, yeah, why would I pay hard-earned money, yeah, to go and watch a basketball game that is slower, like the skill level is just lower? Like, I'm not going to pay to watch that. And the thing, and the fact of the matter is, you brought up a great point about women need to go and support each other, and da, da, da. Even women don't want to support it because it's just not that. They just don't care like that. I'm sorry, like, that's just the honest thing. And that's why there's absolutely no way.
Come on, man. Sorry about that, ads.
That, for instance, the WNBA players are going to get paid the same as NBA players. There's no audience.
I feel like you've used like an unfair example.
Gone.
No, so
Sorry.
that's what
Because
I
you've
wanna
used
understand.
like a male-dominated field, number one, and you've also used something that
Aren't
is
all sports not all sports.
No,
all,
but-
most.
Okay, let's talk about all
no,
careers.
but we're
all
talking about
jobs,
career-wise
yeah,
on the
in
career
general.
You've just
spectrum.
moved the goalposts. We're talking about
Yeah, 'cause I
sports,
was
and
saying
now
that was
you've
the
moved the
only one I
goalposts.
No,
understand.
but you
All right, it seems like they're going to change topic for a second, but yeah, he's right. No one wants to watch it. I mean, yeah, there was this video I watched of this girl, and I think maybe one of these days I'm going to react to her videos as well. And in that video, she was talking about, well, she was comparing RDJ, like Iron Man, the Iron Man actor, and they were comparing that person to Stephen Amell, the Arrow actor, the TV show Arrow. So if you want to verify this, you just search for RDJ and also Stephen Amell, and you see, like the thing that they have in common is they are both the leaders of their own cinematic universes. So we've got the Arrowverse for the Oliver guy, for Stephen Amell, and then we've got RDJ with MCU. Right? They both did the same thing. They had their own movie, like their own outings, and then they inspired an entire universe to come up, blah, blah. And as much as you can say that Marvel is on a decline, or those shows started to decline, blah, blah, that's still fine, that's okay. That's not the point. The point is, I would say that Stephen Amell most likely has more screen time than RDJ. Because he was doing it as a TV show, not as a movie, not as a movie franchise. Right? So RDJ in each movie might get, like, if it's a 2-hour movie, might be getting something like an hour to hour, 20 minutes or something, right? Accounting for how movies work. And then for Stephen Amell, he would have episode after episode, which means that like 60 to 70% of each episode, that way like 45 minutes, he would get most of the screen time. And that basically means after the first season, he's already above half of RDJ's MCU outing. But then no one complained about him not making as much money. He was doing the same thing. He was doing the exact same thing. So people cared more about the MCU than they cared about the Arrowverse, right? I loved both. I don't like them anymore right now. I stopped watching both a while ago, but still, I loved them both at some point. I remember for the MCU started in 2008. And for the Arrowverse started in 2012, and I stopped watching both like around 2018, like around the time of Endgame. But you don't see people complaining about it. It's just like, well, everyone, I was first in line in those movies too. I wouldn't complain. So that's the thing that they need to understand. People was demanding more of MCU than they were demanding of the Arrowverse, which is fine, which is all good. But no one is complaining about that, but they think they should, which is weird.
yeah, you use sports kind of thing, and I feel like I get it, but
So do you agree?
no, it's not. I don't agree. I feel like everyone should support everyone, but
We're not talking about support. We're talking about getting paid, because we were talking about pay gaps. That's what we were talking about.
yeah,
Yeah.
But you've
So
used-
in sports, before you move the goalpost,
Go on.
in sports, do you think that the women's sports in comparison to men's sports, they should get paid all the same?
No, I don't think they should get paid all the same, only because there is clearly more interest in the men's sports.
Okay.
But that's just because sports is more like of an interest in the male society. If we move this to beauty, it would be a different story. So we can't use.
And male sports is more entertaining than women's sports. That's just the truth.
No. Stop. Because you're just going by like your own views or whatever.
I'm going by biology.
See, on views. This is obvious. This is obvious. I mean, let's be serious here. More people are watching the NBA than they are watching the WNBA. Like, that's basically it. More people are watching the WNBA. The other way around. God dang, I can't speak today. Like, the other way around. More people are watching the NBA than they are watching the WNBA. So that's evidence that more people are interested in watching that instead of that. And then she really can't accept that. It's like taboo, because if she accepts that, then she loses. Then yeah, and life moves on. But then she doesn't want to have to lose at all. So
Actually, because men run faster, jump higher, and
let's
hit harder.
come out of
That's
sports.
just it.
Let's come out of sports for
That's
a little
just
bit.
the reality.
Let's just go back to the whole every career on a wide spectrum.
But big up to all the. Do you know what? Let me actually. Yeah, I feel bad because obviously I'm an athlete. You lot know American football, all of that. Yeah, big up to all the female athletes out there. Yeah, because I know it's not easy. I know the life is hard. Yeah, but what I said is true. Like, do you get what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, even women don't really tend to. Most women will want to go and watch men play basketball. They don't go and watch women play basketball. So that from that point there, it's a wrap, really.
Yeah, but like I feel like you lot are not thinking of the bigger picture. I'm
feel
sorry,
like-
I can't let this go.
I feel like
male sports started centuries ago. Women weren't allowed to do this. So if you think about it, we've come after. So how do you expect us to all be on the same level as men in terms of
you
how many
can't
people
because
watch?
of biology.
No, but it's not to do with just biology. It's to do with that we weren't equal in the beginning. So let's say, for example, let's use psychology. Let's go with that, yeah? If I've got 3 degrees and you've got 1, how do I expect you to be on the same level as me? So if men started sports from how many centuries ago and then women started 20 years ago or whatever it is, how do you expect them to all be the same?
Do you know what the funny?
all right, so this is the part that made me want to make this video. This is the part, because I've heard this argument so many times, and this is from, like this guy King Riches. He also deals with just pearly things and all that. And I don't know if this is going to be wise to say, but it's kind of true. Like, I remember when I started watching these videos way before Pearl became a thing, I'd always wonder, like, why do people use this argument of, women were not allowed to do certain things, so that's why they're behind, blah, blah. But then if that's the case, if really that's the case, it's not like women were forced to build their own stadiums, build their own bowls, their own sports and all that. And then when I was saying catch up, that's not the case. That's not what's happening. And Jasper really thinks said this a little bit in a very short, way, and she doesn't really get into depth with that. But I think I can do that now. I've got 3 minutes left, so I'll do that in 3 minutes. Here's the thing. Let's really be honest, right? When you're talking about, like, when she says that, let's use WNBA as an example. Let's take LeBron James, for example. It's not like LeBron James is very good at basketball because his ancestors or men before him were good at it, right? And I think, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not a basketball person. But it's not like I'm going to go to, like, it's not like his father and his that's okay. It's not like you inherit something like that. It's not like when the first person was training, was paving the muscles of LeBron James. That's not how it works. So who cares? Like, right now, I was born like way back in the 1990s, late 1990s, right? That's where my story starts. So if for me, I'm quite good with cricket. No one in my family that I know of played cricket. So I couldn't have inherited that. I just trained. I got good at my bowling and my catching. Terrible in my batting compared to, if I'm playing in a proper team, my batting is like poo-poo compared to everyone else. But then that's the game, right? I train, I get better. It's not like I'm good because men have been playing cricket for the last 50. Well, I can take pointers. I can learn from them. I can learn, there's that way of spinning the ball, or if you're pacing, if you take this amount of pace in your cricket, that's fine. Then if we turn that into the equivalent of basketball, like maybe if you run in this way, or if you dodge in this way, if you do it this way, yes, you can get pointers, but those same pointers as women, you can still use them. I don't see why you wouldn't. Like, I would use cricket as an example. That's the sport I played the most. But it's one of those things where in cricket, you know that if you're a bowler, you need to have a good pace. You need to pace out your ball before you bowl it perfectly. You need to know how to aim. You need to know what to aim for. Like, there are some techniques out there where you can trap a batsman to get a catch out of it, something like that. Or you're going to aim for the wickets. Then you can also do things like, you can check for what the batsman is like when he's batting. So I remember we were taught this by our coach, where we can have, like, the first 3 balls are meant to assess your opponent, and then the rest are now you honing into that opponent's weakness. Like these are like basic things. I bet anyone who plays cricket understands these basics, and then you can apply this the same to to any other sport. But it's not like we know that or we can do that because another dude 50 years ago was doing that, and somehow that magically content he was, and that's going to also benefit someone who's 50 years ahead of me. That's dumb. Like if we were born on the same day, I decided to train a lot more, and then also it's like I'm negating the whole biology thing. I'm really not negating that. But let's just say men and women were biologically the same, which they are not, but let's just say they are. You saying that women are falling behind, or a certain person is falling behind, is because, well, in the past something related to that person used to do that, so that means that you're going to be better. Like, come on, get out of here, man. Get out of here. But anyways, this is the part that I wanted to get to. I'd forgotten why I chose this video, but yeah, this is the reason why. This is the clip. So next time, to shorten the video, I think, yeah, I'll go straight to the clip that I wanted us to do. But this one is now long, and it's long enough. I'm off by a minute. So this is Frosty. Subscribe, like, comment, and bye-bye.